everyone. I hope that now, let's see, maybe I will do this. Yeah, so you can have a better view of here, Chapultepec Park in Mexico City. Let me know, because I just want to make sure that people can see me and also that you can hear me, because no sale de live. Ok, let's see. Se supone que tiene como un lag de 30 segundos.
Ahí está, ahora sí.
Ok. ¿Sí se ve chido? Va. Ok. So well. Perfect, thank you. So we're going to start. We're going to do this experiment of live tours, and I hope that we can do it more often. At least our plan is to do it once a week. I'm Ubish, maybe you don't know me, maybe you do. And here we have my friend Rodrigo.
Hello everyone, how are you?
So we're going to be doing this. The tourism is right now not what it used to be, and I hope that you can hear me well. If you hear me a little bit like low, let me know. If everything's good, tell me yes. And basically we are going to take you in this small tour from Chapultepec Park to the Ángel de la Independencia. And Rodrigo, if you don't know him, he's an expert also on doing tours. He actually has done more tours than me.
Favor you do to me.
And so yes, we're going to be, actually it's different people that it's collaborating with me, so hopefully we can do this every week. But yeah, let's start. So right now we are in a beautiful location. Let me just change the camera so you can see it a little bit better. How do I change the camera? Over here. Over here where Rodrigo is, you can see. And tell us what we can see here, Rodrigo.
Okay, sure, Ubish. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to this tour. Again, my name is Rodrigo. You can call me Ro. We are standing just at the entrance of the park called as Chapultepec. This is on the west side of Mexico City, and this is the main entrance to it. Later we will show you a better take of what is behind us, especially because at the top of the mountain, at the top of this little hill, right now it's covered by the trees, but there's a castle, okay? It's the famous castle at Chapultepec. This is the entrance to the biggest park in the city and probably one of the biggest parks in the Americas. It's actually 3 times bigger than Central Park in New York, and it's divided in 3 sections. Behind me, what we can see is the altar to the nation, or also known as the Altar de la Patria. What does that mean? Well, several different conflicts happened in Mexico's history, especially in Mexico's interventions, where other armies wanted to take ownership, or they wanted to invade Mexico for different political reasons, but the army, the Mexican army, was brave enough to defend the sovereignty of the nation. So in order to celebrate and be grateful to those lives that were here defending Mexican people and the Mexican territory, the government decided to put this altar to the nation that is made or composed of those 6 beautiful columns, dedicated to everyone that showed bravery and effort in defending Mexico. Chapultepec Park is it's one of the gems of the city, and it has the benefit of being also an open place, an open space for the projection of one of the examples. But not only that, there are places to work out. There's 4 lakes inside and 7 national museums that you can find as well here, including the Museum of Anthropology and the National Museum of History.
So I can see a few questions over here. So Didwania was telling us that we're going to be doing Paseo de la Reforma near Hilton. Yes, we're going to be walking all Paseo de la Reforma, because pretty much here is where it starts. And then we're going to take you all the way over. Well, let me see. We're going to take you all the way over there. You can see it better. So as you can see here, a lot of people come to jog. This is like a very place, like Rodrigo was telling us, the lungs of the city. Otherwise we will be all polluted and it will be very awful. But yes, we're going to be walking all over this, but pretty much this is where we start, right? And thank you, Rodrigo, for that beautiful explanation. So, do you think that we can start to walk on this direction?
Yes, absolutely. Just one more thing I wanted to say is the importance of this location in Mexico goes back in time to the times of the Aztec, or known as the Mexica people. Here in this mountain, there used to be some water springs. Remember, for those that already know this, or for those that don't know this, Mexico City was built on a lake by these indigenous people. So some of the water springs that would bring fresh water to these civilizations were found just not far away from here. That's why this little mountain was so important even since the Aztec times, and then during the colonial times as well. No different changes happened here, but we will talk about that later.
Perfect. Let's start to walk. And yes, no worries. I have to say that if you're visiting Mexico City right now, we will appreciate it a lot. Like in general, all the people, all the tourism people, all the people in the restaurants, in the coffee shops, and all of that. So yes, any tips that we can give you, any advice, but also we wanted to do this to show how well, the city is kind of a changing, because like every place in the world right now, it's kind of a changing constantly, sometimes every week. And yeah, to make you more aware how is the situation going on, right? So thank you, Carrie, for telling me that this is better. Thank you, Karina, for telling me that this is better. Oh, I hide the comments. Let me see what I'm doing here. As you can see, this is our very first test with this, but I hope that it's not too bad. All right, so any questions that you have, please let us know in the comments. Also, if you know anyone that is going to be maybe traveling to Mexico, maybe already came here and is wondering how Mexico City is going during this pandemic, I start to tell you is that at the beginning it was maybe kind of at the hardest part of the pandemic so far. Then the next months after, we were kind of on a plateau, and right now the government is putting a little bit more restrictions again. With restrictions, we mean that the travel tourism is open, but restaurants, bars, things like that, museums, they have to be closed around 5, right?
Yeah, well, some of the museums actually just closed for good again, starting last Monday. This is because we need to, well, they say they need to increase a lot more the precautions and the cautions related or regarding coronavirus or COVID, since it seems to be that the spreading out is happening again because of the cold season, and making a great effort as a city and as like the people that own restaurants and cafes to have everything that is needed to keep safety and sanity, and well, sanitize the space as well, using a lot of the hand sanitizer, using checking the temperature on people, and we're actually going to probably be looking at some of these examples not far from here.
Yes. So yeah, I think the city has handled it well, but this is a hard situation for everyone, right? And let me see, and I'm still learning how to control this thing. So now I'm going to show you a little bit of where are we walking, okay? Uy, pensé que había un escalón ahí. Toreo. Alright, so here we can start to see some of the most like iconic skyscrapers. Actually, I just realized that thing, it's the Ritz Carlton hotel, and Rodrigo was much more aware of this, because I knew that this thing was going to open, but I didn't knew when. And have you stayed over there, Rodrigo?
No, I haven't.
No?
No.
Well,
it's just too cheap for me.
it's too cheap, yeah. We need something nicer.
Yeah.
And here we have the other ones, like the bank one, the BBW. And behind we have the Torre Mayor, which used to be like the most iconic, but now it's kind of a hidden behind the other ones. All right, so let's see, we're going to walk over here. As you can see, it's a beautiful morning today. A lot of people comes to enjoy the green parts of Chapultepec, to walk over here. The only thing is that, you know, Rodrigo, if you can bring your dog to walk over here?
Yes, you can.
Yes, okay. Because I have heard sometimes that not, but like mixed opinions. I don't know if it's changing according to the sections of the park. But yeah, this is if I lived near here and I had a dog, this is the place that I will want to come.
I think sometimes, yeah, the restrictions from the first section of the park regarding pets are a little stronger, but on the second and the third section of the park, it's actually way more open. And so I have seen several times people with their pets and dogs,
Yes.
walking and running, jogging, even having picnics. Chapultepec it's really just a great location, and we are so lucky, if you ask me, in Mexico City, that we still have the park and that it's being protected by the government in terms of like not letting corporations try to come up with complex or compounds of construction like condos or even shopping malls. The park as it is, it's respected to every single border it has, and it's really nice that we have it like that.
Do you think maybe from here we have a better view of the castle?
That's right.
Here, let me see the comments. Sweet, thank you, Ricky, for saying that. Carrie Ann, I hear so many people say that the city is not safe beyond the coronavirus. It's crowded. Etsy, being a single female, consider my overall safety. What's the better places to consider? I will advise you to stay. Usually, I don't recommend this neighborhood, but right now, it's actually maybe the best neighborhood to stay. It's Polanco, because over there, because of you were telling as a solo female traveler, I will recommend the number 1 Polanco, number 2 Roma and Condesa. Usually I also recommend a lot, let me just camera. Usually I also recommend a lot downtown, but right now downtown I don't recommend it for anyone. Because obviously over there's a lot of hotels, but also downtown is the commercial district. And with the COVID restrictions, right now what they are doing, all the businesses have to be closed at 5 p.m. and which means that that whole part of the city looks empty, looks completely empty. And what they are doing right now is that one day the businesses are open, next day the businesses are closed. One day the businesses are open, the other day the businesses are closed. So I will not advise you to stay in downtown. Usually I advise it a lot because it's a beautiful area. It's very vibrant. You feel the energy of Mexico City there. But right now, it's not the best option. So let me see other questions. Will you consider safe traveling during these times? What will your personally, but people like Laura has traveled. Other friends have traveled like in a flight, in a plane. And they say actually that it's super safe. No, there's like checkpoints always. They check your temperature. Everyone needs to wear a face mask. So on that side, I will say that it's super safe. On the other side, when you arrive here, pretty much everyone you will see, maybe when we are walking, you will see that most of the locals wear face masks. Maybe like 80 to 90% according to your neighborhood. Sometimes I have seen tourists that doesn't wear the face mask. So if you consider yourself someone who is willing to do that, because like the whole city is doing that, I will advise you that it's safe to travel on regards of that. And yeah, but if you feel like just let us know. Is the Zócalo closed? I haven't been to the Zócalo. Yes.
Well, just adding a little bit on what Ubish was saying. In reality, Mexico City for a long time now, maybe about 5 years, has become, to me, one of the safest places in all of the country. More than just 3 neighborhoods are actually very safe, quite safe. And it's just we were trying before the pandemic. We were really trying to fight this reputation of the city that it wasn't very safe, or it was maybe scary or sketchy. Right now, the biggest inconvenience is the problem with coronavirus, and also the fact that we have almost 25 million people in the city. But, well, downtown Centro Zócalo, it is closed right now, but also because we were having some protests happening over there. The biggest inconvenience about downtown or historical district in Centro is that because of the commercial that happens there, everybody goes shopping to Centro, and we are in Christmas season. Whether you want it or not, Centro before 5 p.m. is going to be really busy. It's going to be crowded, and you don't want to be close to a lot of people, just if you want to be careful or you have your precautions regarding your own health. That would be the only thing. But apart from that, Polanco, Condesa, Roma, Juarez, it's a very big district, a very big piece of landmark, maybe about a quarter of the city that is very safe, and you can stay in any of these neighborhoods completely assured, no problem.
Yes. Now let's take a look to the castle because it looks super pretty, but let me just fix this thing because it's better to use the other camera. Let me see. I will finish reading all your comments, but I just need to show you these guys. Look at this view. It looks beautiful, right? And we can see the... Look at that. That's an Airbnb, guys. You can rent it also.
Yeah.
If you want to stay there.
There is a waiting list of 2 years, no?
yeah. With COVID, it's shortened a little bit, but yeah. Let me see. Let me hear the... let's walk and read the comments. All right? Sounds good. Let's walk. Oh, wait. Oh. That's it. Casi no se distingue el castillo. Está muy lejos. Oh, damn it. Okay. Well, let me see.
If you zoom it in, does it happen also on
Yeah. That's what I have seen. Let me see. Zocalo is closed. Well, we just talked about that. Curious about... Oh, let me see. Curious about the security. Do Mexico getting such bad rap? What about the pollution for someone who has hard time? Well, for the pollution, I will say that it depends a lot on the time of the year that you're traveling. I'm honestly, as someone born and raised here, I actually didn't even notice how bad is the pollution sometimes. Just some days I woke up and I was like, oh, my eyes are itchy. Oh, my nose is kind of weird. But then for people who travels here, I will say that maybe right now it's maybe the best time to come over here for the pollution things. What will you say?
Well, that is like flipping a season. When we're getting closer to winter, we have the problem of thermal inversion. So that means that sometimes the particles and the pollution or the dust will stay within the plateau here in the basin of the city, and that will probably create the feeling of a hazy city and also a little bit of pollution. It is maybe during the summer or the rain season a little bit between October, maybe September, October, that we get the winds and the city gets cleansed. So all the area here, it's actually very nice as well. But pollution right now, it's a lot more controlled than it used to be 15 years ago. You want to show them this control?
Yes. So let me show you this. This is how you will find like checkpoints, no? Where they check your temperature, where they put you rubbing alcohol. Pretty much everywhere you're going to see things like this because, well, the city is taking most of the precautions that they can. As you can see, this is... What day is today? Wednesday. Well, the people is like working. But yeah, you will find spots like this pretty much all over the public places, no, that you can enter. So yes, let me keep reading the questions, guys. Thank you so much. That was very helpful. I'm glad that you like it. I will watch the replay. Yeah, sure. John G says save. I think it's safer than New York or Los Angeles. Still gotta be careful. Yes. That's completely true. Jason, thumbs up. Thank you so much. Andrew Cole, any recommendations for areas stay for families with kids? Reforma area. So take a look. There is this huge avenue, the one that we're going to walk right now. So over there, we're going to walk all the way over there to the Angel of Independence. And to the left, you have a neighborhood called Kuatemok. That's the neighborhood that I was born and raised when I was younger. That's a super safe neighborhood. Now, right now, it's very trendy. There's a lot of restaurants, a lot of things going on, and also safe to walk. And also, as you can see, you will be very close to Chapultepec, right? So you can come over here, enjoy a walk, enjoy the restaurants. And to the left is Juarez, right?
It's
Juarez neighborhood. So Juarez also, it's super safe to stay, and especially because this is one of my favorite areas of the city. So it is a beautiful area always to come here every morning to get a coffee, to get a walk. The stores are open. Usually, like the checkpoint that we just saw is going to be on all the stores that you visit. So yes.
Maybe for kids, I would recommend also Coyoacán.
Yeah, but right now, I don't... The main park is closed. so it's not that nice. I will suggest, that's why I didn't even recommend Coyoacán to stay right now, because it's not as nice as always. So yes, let me see. Carrie Ann, thanks. John G, my kids learn Spanish. I lived there 6 months. Oh, well, that's great. Jim Sullivan, moving to Guanajuato City next month. Excited to visit Mexico City in a few months. Have you heard when COVID vaccines will be distributed? Have you heard of it?
We are talking about next year, and according to the government, they will be supplied starting by stages. Starting with the people that are third age or the elders, the people a little bit down and down below to the adult population, then younger adult population, and so on until they reach to the children. For our age, which is super young, 35, we're gonna be talking about June or July next year that the vaccine should be available.
So if somebody wants to smuggle some vaccines, guys, that will be a good business, I think. Anyway, let me say...
We're just being Mexican with that, right?
Yeah, Mexican smugglers. Let's see, let me see more questions. My wife and I are retiring in 2 years, and we plan to relocate in CDMX to give it a try. We plan to live our retired lives in Mexico. Well, that's... if you love cities, Mexico City, it's great. I think also for retiring, and also because it's very easy to travel to a small town outside of the city, to Puebla. So yes, I will say a yes for that. AM, is that your boyfriend? Obviously, yeah. We are married.
I can't really touch him right now.
Right now, we don't want to do PDA because of COVID restrictions, guys. But yeah. Well,
it's okay to be jealous, though.
Yeah. Rent free, homie. Hey, you from IP2? I don't know what that means. Do they do rectal temperature checks? I bet that's an option. If you ask for it, I think that they will. The part of Mexico looks nice. Thank you. As someone making, is it possible to live? Yeah. With that salary, it's very comfortable in Mexico City, in any part of Mexico. Sorry, yes, that's Ricky. Yes, that's noisy over here. Great live stream, thanks. I'm glad you like it. All restaurants close at 5 p.m. Can we travel to Cholula and Puebla using private? You can travel to Cholula and Puebla using private transportation. And yes, most of the restaurants are closing at 5 p.m. Most of them. The thing, it's a little bit weird that, and let me explain you why. A few restaurants have been in a business for longer periods, which means that they have actually better relationships with the delegation and with the politics. Those ones are allowed to be open later, but it's only a few, and obviously with all the measures, with 30% of its capacity and with everything else, no? So that's what happens. And for the restaurant scene, I will recommend you a lot Roma Condesa. Polanco also has a few. What's the price range in the area that you grew up in general? Thank you so much for the info. The price range right now for like a monthly rent, if you're local, maybe like 750 US, like 750 US, 800 US a month, and things like that. How much is $1 in Mexico? In Mexico pesos, it's 20 pesos. Should we walk over here or over there? What do you think?
Well, I would just like to point out real quick.
Oh yeah.
If you flip the camera,
actually, yeah. No, like this.
I wanted to show you and to give you a bit of information of why this avenue is here. It breaks with the grid of the city. This is a diagonal avenue that Ubis was telling you. Reforma Avenue is the avenue of opulence, and that's also one of the reasons why we have the skyscrapers here. This is like the financial district, and all has to do with the castle and this beautiful entrance that we have here. It really looks like royal. The reason for that is because in the 1800s, in the 19th century, Mexico had a very small intern empire coming from Austria, was invited to come and rule over Mexico, and he was hosted at the castle on top of this little hill. Maximilian and Charlotte, his wife, they had to go still to downtown to take care of the political businesses. But they didn't want to take the far way around. So what they did, they just opened Reforma Avenue, which was called the Empress Passage, so that they could just come down in their chariot from the castle, beautiful, cross over this main gate, and then continue their journey to downtown, which is located over there to the east, just by going through Reforma. Over the years, Reforma has kept this royalty within it, and that's why we're gonna walk it today with you. But that's also why this is the most beautiful boulevard in the city. It has the financial district and many other things that we're going to discover as we walk along, okay? So let's go.
Actually, I think we should go on this side better.
All right.
Let me keep reading questions, guys. Let's walk. Always, it's a challenge to cross here right now.
That's some cool information. Not everybody really knows or even remembers in Mexico that we had this intern. The first one was right after the independence. There was an emperor, Mr. Agustin de Iturbide. Then later, just a few years later, about 60 years later, this other guy, Maximilian, was invited as the second emperor of Mexico. Cool.
It's Mexico has a lot of the times like different. The history changes so much. Let me keep reading the comments over here, guys. Price range, we already read this. The Wolflu, how much? Yeah, we already read that. Does Mexico has a big expat community? I will say that Mexico City doesn't. It's not that big. We have a lot of digital nomads. That's what we have a lot, and a lot of entrepreneurs than that. More digital nomads. That's the number one, from my perspective, right? And let me see, what else? 800 a month for what type of
Maybe a two-bedroom.
maybe a two-bedroom. I mean, 100 meters, no, 100 square meters,
80 square meters.
with a parking space sometimes. That's an expensive neighborhood. When I grew up was cheap, but yeah, now it's expensive.
Now you can find like $750, $800, but you can also easily find twice as that in the same neighborhood. If you look for newer condos or recently remodeled condos, the prices may vary, but you can find that range, no problem.
Yes. Let me. Hello, Nito. Where I can see. Can I transfer 401k to Mexico Bank? I think that there is a rate that you cannot exceed, and it's not exactly sure how much is it and how often you can. But when the people transfer larger amounts, and I have seen that for like real estate, they use TransferWise, but also I heard that TransferWise had a limit because it was a pretty big amount. And they were recommending another one, but right now I can't recall it. So let me just flip this. For some of those questions, sometimes the Facebook groups of Americans in Mexico that they are more helpful. Do I need to take? Let me see. Do I need to take international driver's license exam to have a driver's license? I think that if you have your own driver license of US, Canada, that's also here valid.
Yeah, it's valid here.
Yeah, it's valid.
Actually, you probably will be a better driver than anyone else.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, here learning how to drive, it's difficult. I don't even drive. I don't know. Rodrigo, do you drive?
No, I don't. I just ride bicycles.
Yeah.
Let's cross over to that side.
Yeah, right? Let's see. Guys, remember that if you know someone that is maybe traveling here, and if you can share these lives that we're going to do right now, we are collaborating with Laura, the Eternal Expat, on her channel. And
hey Laura, super cool.
I appreciate it so much. We appreciate it so much. But we want to do these live tours every week, at least once a week, in our channel, which is called Mexico Underground. Over there, you're going to see the link on the comments right now, and also Laura has an amazing Mexico City guide that I recommend you a lot to check it, because even that now it's COVID times, it's very helpful with a lot of helpful tips. let me just keep reading the comments. Are you related to Smooth Sanchez? Maybe. We are all Mexicans, we are related. Where I can find pecan pie. I have seen good pecan pies, I think in Rosetta Bakery. I think there's a place called Hasso in Polanco that I remember that they also did. Do you know any pecan pie places?
Maybe El Globo.
Maybe El Globo. Yeah.
It is a chain, but for some pastries, they are actually pretty good and they are classic.
Yes.
It's called El Globo, the balloon, but it's El Globo. You can find it easy on Google Maps.
Yes, that one. Let me see. Will you be walking towards the Alameda Park? We are not walking. I mean, we are kind of walking on that way, but we are not walking that far because that one is farther. And we already have been live for 30 minutes. This live is supposed to last 1 hour, more or so, because, well, we are amateurs on this, so we don't know if our batteries testing everything, but we
are prepared though.
We are prepared. Let me see. Hello, Niro, the lawyer. Will you be walking towards the Alameda Park? Yeah, I already read that. Do you know where the missing McLaren F1 in Mexico City? I don't know about that.
Formula 1?
Yeah.
It happened like a couple of years ago, no?
Where the missing McLaren F1 is in Mexico City? No, I don't know. As a chef, what are your favorite dishes you can get in the city? Oh my God, that's a big. Right now, on the food scene, actually started pretty much last year. The Japanese food, it's amazing here. There's a restaurant called Ryoshi, amazing. There's another one called Daigo, so good. Obviously Mexican. Street food is the best. I mean, the street tacos are some of a must, no? Because if you're in the north of the country, it's different. So, but yeah, let me just stop here because I can't read. I got arrested in Mexico airport for a medicine tablet that I had. Oh my God, so sorry to hear that, Nero. I hope that it was not a bad experience. What are the good neighbors in Mexicans live in other than Roma, Condesa? We live, like a middle upper class neighborhoods will be Narvarte, Juarez, Kuatemok, San Rafael. I used to live there, it was beautiful. Yeah, let me see. Is poverty in Mexico City, does it look like South America countries or? Depends. Like there are certain areas of the city where the changes of social class are very, very drastic. And you feel weird about that, like in Santa Fe, for example. There's like a wall, and then it's like terrible.
Slums, and then you walk over the other side of the street, and there's mansions.
Yes.
So that is it. The country. And then fraction, and now it's one of the most expensive neighborhoods where you could, rents there are not even worth or in pesos, they are worth in dollars.
Yes.
But it's crazy.
Yeah, so in some parts of the city you can see that. Let me just keep reading.
But in general, it's not like that. In general, in Mexico City, especially in the touristy areas, you won't really see that. There's not a lot of homeless happening on the street. I think it's just an average rate. I have heard, and also talking with friends over in San Francisco, they said that the homeless problem there is actually a lot more, it's crazier than in the city here. But you would have to come to see it for yourselves, of course.
Yes, let me see. Oh yeah, let's take a look to the Nochebuenas. Maybe we can see them over there. Because right now, always in the city decorates for every festive date, especially for Christmas and for Day of the Dead, the Nochebuenas. We're going to take a look to the poinsettias. Let me keep reading the questions. So Jason, is there any train travel? Is there any train travel from Mexico City to any besides the metro? There is a few. There is like the Tren Ligero and things like that. But honestly, I will not recommend it a lot, and because it's not located on important areas. Take a look to the point. So beautiful. Sí, nos regresamos para allá, ¿no?
This flower is actually endemic to Mexico.
Ahí está.
Or known as Poinsettia because of the guy that registered on the books. Poinsettia was his last name. It's an endemic flower from Mexico, and in Nahuatl, the native language of the Mexica or the Aztecs, would be called Cuetlazochil. We call it Nochebuena, and it blooms in red around this time of the year, so that's why it's the most common flower of Christmas. Maybe there's a good panel with the skyscrapers there.
Yeah.
All new.
Let's keep reading your comments, guys.
Maybe just one small advice I would give everyone,
Yeah.
because I have been hearing your questions are about where to stay, which places are more attractive or interesting. In reality, since we told you guys that we are walking from the west side of the city towards the center downtown, basically what I would recommend, what we would both recommend would be whenever you find Mexico City's heart, which would be historical district or downtown centro, you can find the best neighborhoods going west, okay? Just about 100 years ago, a little more than 100 years ago, the sprawl of the city to the size that it has become, and the opulence, the people that had money to fraction and start the construction business to get better neighborhoods opening and sprawling around, were the people looking or finding their way towards Chapultepec. So easy, you just find on a map Centro Histórico, and from that location look to the west, and most of the areas around there will be easy and nice and safe and cool. Okay, that would be the advice.
Let me read. Can you recommend a good paying job? Well, I think a lot of the people that I have seen that are doing really well right now, it's anything virtual. No, like I have friends on the like whatever digital services, technology, IT. But I don't. Maybe it's better to come already with a job. It's Xochimilco. It's called Xochimilco. Yeah, Xochimilco pretty much always it's open. I have been twice already during the pandemic, and both times were open. And actually, the people over there was telling me that yes, that maybe they were kind of slow, but not closed. But it's always open. If you want to go when it's like more busy weekends, if you want to go when it's much more relaxed during the week. Let me see. Let me read the questions. Oh my God, let's take a break. Let's take a small break. I want to come to teach English, studying now, and will finish degree with certificate TESOL. Do you think I need for teachers in the city? There's a need for teachers in the city. Plan for schools meet face to face. I think I'm not sure. I have a few friends that they do that, but especially they do it for Chinese. That's like the best option if you come like here because it's the best paid rates and there's good job. So here in the city, I'm not that sure. Maybe if you find the right audience, that will be better. Maybe the question is a little random, but will you say it's possible to meet people and make friends when moving as a Spanish-speaking expat, especially during COVID? I mean, there's a few events going on. I have a friend that they run events every 2 weeks, and with smaller groups of people. So I actually go to a few of those, and I will say that yes, but obviously it will be a little bit more difficult. Maybe the question is a little, no, that one. Hey Mark, do you think, talking about Xochimilcos, I miss CDMX and the coffee, Cucurucho, yes, those were amazing coffees. I visited Mexico City for the first time. I like it so much, but the air pollution was a problem. How do you locals feel? Yeah, sometimes we don't even notice anymore. Hello from Canada, that's great. Thank you guys. How old is Mexico? How old is Mexico?
How old?
Yeah.
How old is Mexico as a country? Well, we would say Mexico as a country started after the independence in 1821. Before that, it was the viceregal period, the colonial period, where it was in reality a colony of Spain, the Crown of Spain. And before that, it was Mesoamerica, really, which was the very extensive area where the pre-Columbian civilizations lived. So as a country, is less than 200 years, really, almost 200 years after the independence that Mexico is around. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Hey guys, what do y'all think about moving to Mexico City with a dog? Oh, that's great. Find an apartment, but there's a lot of parks. There's a lot of dog culture over here. Like a lot of the restaurants are pet friendly. What types of businesses to invest in Mexico City? I'm not sure. Like, I mean, the problems that if you can fix traffic, I join you in the business industry. If you fix traffic, if you fix health industry, like the public health also. Does banking pay good? I have heard that, yes. Thank you. All right, let's keep going. I just wanted to do that because there was a lot of questions already here.
Oh, it's fine, and we are really happy to have the audience,
yeah.
to have our audience and the public joining us. This experience is working great, and please keep shooting those questions. We'll do our best to answer every single one of them.
All right, guys, so now we are arriving to the San Regis, as you can see, maybe over here, the San Regis Hotel.
Te recomiendo que uses la front.
No, ¿verdad? Se ve más gacho. Let's take a better view. Oh. It's pretty big. It has a great bar over there, and actually the restaurant is pretty good. And now we are arriving to the Puente de Diana Cazadora. Maybe we can explain that over there, no?
Yeah.
And yeah, let's see the questions. Do you have your own YouTube channel? Yes, Chuck. It's called Mexico Underground. I'm sure that my friends are going to link it in the comments right now. Mexico Underground. That's our YouTube channel. It's a super tiny channel, but we plan to do this every week, once a week for 1 hour, just to tell you how Mexico City is changing and it's adapting to these times, and to give you tips when you travel. Let's.
We will also try to be setting the live videos on different sections of the city.
Yeah.
To be able to talk about these different sections of the city as this situation of the pandemic continues to progress until the vaccine is here. The main idea for sure is that whenever you guys feel ready to come and visit Mexico City, you know who to reach, where to go, who to talk to find the best spots, of course.
Yeah. So maybe here we can talk a little bit about this beautiful fountain. So maybe come over here. Okay, so apparently my friend is telling me that the comments are not showing the links that she's putting. Maybe you can just type the name. The YouTube channel is called Mexico Underground. So you can just search it like that in YouTube, and I'm sure that it will show. So take a look to this beautiful fountain, guys. Rodrigo is going to explain us a little bit of this.
Well, as we were saying, Reforma is it's a boulevard of opulence, and that's also why the neighborhoods around here are some of the safest. It's also one of the boulevards with these several roundabouts, and this is the first one we found on our way. The fountain that we see, it's a monument to the hunter, this Greek goddess known as Artemis or Diane. Diane the hunter. She's holding a bow. The arrow has been thrown, and it was supposed to be inspired in one of the Mexicans' closest friends as a woman. She was the model for this sculpture. But at the beginning, the artist actually put it like the way she is right now. This is a fun fact about her. It was sculpted naked, but it was also around the 40s, the 50s. The people were not, especially the government, were still a little bit not as progressive or as open-minded as we are today. And they complained about these conditions, so the artist had to redo or make another sculpture, but this time she was wearing a little skirt or something to cover her waist and also her butt. Over the years, we became a lot more open-minded, and she was allowed to put back again the original one, showing all the beautiful characteristics of this great goddess. Over there, we can see the arrow. actually they put the arrow. I don't know if you can see it, but right over there, maybe if you zoom it a little bit.
¿Dónde? No sé cuál.
Abajo de donde están la marquesina,
Ajá.
ahí está una flecha.
¿Dónde? Dale,
A ver. It's right up here. There.
Ah, ya. No mames, nunca lo había visto, güey.
That's supposed to be the arrow that Diana threw
No mames,
through,
nunca había visto.
and then it just landed there, no? It's dedicated to her.
That's interesting. I actually didn't know that. All right, let's make here the any train traveled link. Yeah, we're having some troubles with the links over there. Does Mexico offer good healthcare? The public one, actually, I mean, honestly, it's not that bad. The problem is that it's very slow, very, very slow.
And that we are too many.
One, it's sometimes it can be too expensive. Mexico
business.
Yeah, it's a business. I'm reading everything. It's closing. Museo and all the museums are going to be closed, and restaurants are open. I mean, obviously, you can go to walk around. There's no curfew. Wear your face mask everywhere that you go. Those are like the restrictions. I'm reading everything. It's yeah, already right there. I see.
To some people, those restrictions actually make no sense, and I would say that Mexico or Mexico City is in a way a little bit the land where things may not make no sense. It's surrealistic, actually, by the words of the surrealist artists. And what I mean is that markets are open, but not museums. So places where you actually get a lot more concentration of people are with less restrictions than cultural places that could actually work better their measurements to guarantee a safe stay or a safe experience. So that to me and to many people doesn't really make sense, but that's what we have, no?
Yeah, let's see. Mexico City is an amazing city. I'm glad you like it, Alfonso. I found your website through Google and that might be easier. I don't know why YouTube is not allowing us to put the comments right now. But yeah, as you can see, we are still walking over Reforma Avenue, beautiful avenue. This is like the business district. And I see a lot of offices for rent.
Yeah.
It's kind of a sad.
Yeah, we have to. The pandemic has been almost like everywhere in the world. It has been a very big challenge to different businesses and companies, especially touristic business for both of us has been very challenging. We have to reinvent ourselves several times.
Yeah.
But also, for example, real estate is suffering. There's people that couldn't keep paying their rent, so they had to leave. Businesses closed completely. Businesses that were running for more on now, and well, these are part of the changes that we get to see every day as we walk by Mexico City streets. So we really also have to say that we are sorry, and we feel sorry to all of our fellow Mexicans that couldn't really make it throughout this first 8-9 months of pandemic, but to come up with a solution for the future. And we count on you guys as well. Thank you.
Yes, and like Rodrigo was saying, we have to reinvent everyone. I started to teach Spanish. Rodrigo started to cook. I didn't try his food, but I'm sure that he cooks well. Yeah, the channel is called Mexico Underground. I had to filter my search to only show channels. Sorry, yeah, we don't want to make it difficult. Yes. Blah, 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 blah. Look at my comments above yours. So yes, guys, we are almost arriving to the end of our live stream over here because we are almost reached the Angel of Independence. I hope that you like this walk, this neighborhood, this area of the city. It's beautiful, and I hope that in the live stream you can after this stays with the Instagram also, you can find us over there. It's my personal Instagram, and but better go to the YouTube channel, guys. The YouTube channel is the best because over there is where we're going to do these live streams. And what else I was going to say? yeah, we're almost arriving to the Angel of Independence. Let me turn the camera. Right now it's getting fixed, and it has been getting fixed for like months now, almost a year, I think. Almost a year. And but yeah, just to walk here to, let me just read the questions over here. Yeah, Subijarain on Instagram, I put a link. That's yeah. So let's keep going. Okay, perfecto. Perfect. Yeah, also you can check on my Instagram over there. It's all the links. No sé. I don't. Well, no, let's better wait because we are asking. 34. We're going well apparently. So yes, guys. Well, right now, obviously this is a Wednesday at noon. But right now, because of the holidays and also the restrictions, I think in general the city, the traffic is going to be a little bit better. But yeah.
Yeah, we don't see too many people on the streets really. Before the pandemic, just on a regular day, any given Wednesday, this boulevard, a lot more people walking. We could even find sometimes people selling corn on little carts, no, like some street food, no.
Yeah.
Not exactly tacos. Reforma doesn't allow that, but easily.
Yeah.
Sometimes there would be fairs. Make fairs, you would be able to walk and eat.
Yeah, and also here, guys, you can rent those bikes. They are great to move around. How much they cost? Like $30 per year?
Yeah, it's about 30, maybe a little less, $25 a year.
Yeah.
But you can also have those programs for a day, for a week, or for a month.
Yeah, so you don't need to come with a bike. Thank you, Matt Mystic, for subscribe. Thank you, Jim. I hope that you like it. Good Imperfect Idiot. Muchas gracias por este tour headed Mexico on the 21st. Do you know if Teotihuacan is open, right?
It is open.
I think that it hasn't closed.
It closed.
It closed?
Yeah.
It closed, but right now it's open. Even that we are back to the restrictions, it's open. So I will say that book a tour over there, guys, because it will be easier. Do you know, earthquake, how often do they all get them? How bad are they? Well, the one that we got in 2017 was pretty bad. It looks like every 39 years we get a bad one. 39? 30?
Every 30.
Every 30 years. With the small earthquakes in between, that they are not that bad. So yeah, like 39. But yeah, hopefully we don't wish more earthquakes.
Yeah, Mexico City. Any background in that way, because as we were saying before, it was actually a lake. All of the city, it used to be water. Even during the time where the Spanish were here, they still had a lot of water. Survived until the 1950s. So we had a lake. The floor, the ground beneath our feet is very soft because of that. So we have a sinking city. And then we're also located in a very, well, kind of close to the plates that collision down at the Pacific and create the earthquakes. And not only that, we do have some active volcanoes in the neighborhood. So when you think about it, Mexico City is quite an exciting place. It's like extreme tourism almost. Luckily for us, those active volcanoes, especially one, has remained active for a while, but he only just fumes a little bit, just a very small eruptions that don't even get very close to the volcano itself, so nothing to worry about.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to finish over there with the Angel of Independence on that section. Great tour. So yes, all the links are going to be in the description. Again, thank you so much to Laura for giving us the chance in her channel to do this first test of virtual tours over here in the city. And let's walk over here. Oh, so also, guys, if by any chance you want to support the tourism industry that we have, You can add any tips over there that you have. Is going to be in the description, our PayPal. And I hope that any info is useful for you guys. We just want that the people starts to travel with the safety net that is required. So meanwhile, you're allowed to travel respecting everything, like the face masks, you know, like using hand sanitizer always, not doing a party, you know, like doing the responsible tourism thing. We are happy for everyone to come.
Actually, these are tours.
Oh yeah, actually, these are tours, the small ones. Let's maybe we can finish over here. Let's see if there's more questions. We love CDMX. Thank you for this video. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it, guys. We're going to finish just with the Angel of Independence over here, and then that's pretty much. Take a look to this. Right now it doesn't look as pretty as always, but it's beautiful. Thank you, Karina. Thank you, Gerald, for the information. Thank you. Looking forward for more tours. We're going to do hopefully every week. So can you say us, Rodrigo?
Well, first we call it, we all Mexicans call it the Angel of Independence, because that's how our parents told us we should call this monument. But later in life, later in time, you get to realize that it's not it's an angel, but it's not exactly that. It's actually Nike, or Nike, which is the goddess, the Greek goddess of victory. Now the story about, in Mexico City, everything is very related to history, and it's everything connected. The name of the avenue connects to Benito Juarez, a president, but in reality, it was 100 years ago when we had a dictator. His name was Porfirio Diaz. He wanted to celebrate big time the first 100 years of the independence of this nation. In order to do so, he commissioned the construction of several monuments like this. The only detail, guys, is the arrowhead, no, the avant-garde of art and modern ideas was France. And also France was also kind of like the face of the Greek Latin, let's say, culture. So Mr. Diaz wanted to praise these 100 years, but he also wanted to make Mexico City a beautiful city to be considered one like the major leagues, just like Berlin, Paris, Madrid, London, etc. And he was the one that commissioned the construction, these beautiful monuments, but always connecting to the Greek Latin feeling or atmosphere, and also the French architectural style. So that's what we have. It's Nike, it's the winged victory, and she's holding the crown of olives at the very top that should be crowned those that gave us the nation of Mexico. Those guys that are in marble, the sculptures over there, they are all the people that were involved in the battle and the fight of independence, like Miguel Hidalgo, Morelos, and several other people that were involved with this big transformation to disconnect from the crown of Spain. The problem that you can see now that it's border, it's almost armored. It's because about 100 years ago, this is just a quick fact. There was this protest from the feminist movement and also the women in general. They were very upset and sick by the government not having results and actually not having the right ways to bring justice to this feminine situation, no? Like the killing of women, the disappearing of women, kidnapping and all that. So they intervened these monuments to be able to send a message, to raise their hand and put the government to work in what they should be doing to guarantee not only them but everybody's safety in the city, no? Because of that, the monument was intervened, it was all graffiti, they were all painted, and the government decided to cover it up, protected it, and now they will be fixing it. But we support the message for sure.
Yes, sure. So anyway, guys, I hope that you like this first beta tour test that we were doing. Maybe, yeah, over here, it's better light. So thank you for everyone who stayed. Thank you for everyone who was here. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, MR. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Gerald. So we hope to do more of this, and make sure to follow us in our channel. Thank you so much to Laura again, to the Eternal Expat. And yes, we are happy for you to be here, and at least you can do this. You can at least visit Mexico City virtually. So if you know anybody who might like this information, hello from New York. Thank you, Wesley. If you know anybody who might like this info, share them this live stream. It will be very helpful for us also. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rusty. Bye bye.